Hi, Fiction Recapped here. Today I am going to explain a comedy film called The Bandit Hound. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. At the beginning of the movie we see Bandit is an Australian shepherd trained to be a robber by his masters, Manny and Willie. In the next scene, he walks into a bank with a bag and a note attached to it. The guard does not care to check the little dog and lets it through. The cashier reads the note that says the dog is attached to an explosive which will go off if they don't fill his pack with $100 bills. She snappily does as told, after which Bandit runs down. Outdoors, his masters are staying for him in an auto. They check his bag and throw out a shadowing device used as a trap. It turns out that the net was fake, used as a way to scarify the cashier. While Manny praises Bandit for his work, Willie is not fond of the dog. They drive back to a storehouse and start counting the money. Outside, a Bobby arrives looking for the stealers. He holds them at gunpoint, but Bandit saves his masters by attacking the Bobby. Manny and Willie manage to escape while the dog is captured. Nearly differently, a 15-time-old boy named Owen is riding his bike down the neighborhood. He's suddenly stopped by a group of bullies. They push him around and call him names. Indeed, though Owen tries to befriend them, a girl from a neighboring house feels bad for him and lets her dog out to chase the bullies down. Owen thanks the girl and returns home to his mom, Joanne. Owen's father failed a time ago because of an illness. Ever ago, the family has been facing financial problems. They've moved to the city in expedience of new openings and to be near to their only relative, Auntie Deb. Now that they've settled in, Owen wants to get a pet dog. Joanne is skeptical, but she cannot say no to her son. In the meantime, Manny and Willie are tense because they can no longer make money. Manny wants to get Bandit back, but Willie insists he train a new dog. He indeed steals a dog, but Manny refuses to train anyone other than Bandit. He gets on his laptop and searches all the dog harbors in the city. Only a Manny twinkles in. He sees that Bandit is being held in the Heart Rescue Dog Relinquishment Center. Owen and his mom get to the sanctum before them. Auntie Deb thinks bringing a dog home is a bad idea, but Joanne insists on fulfilling her son's wishes. The proprietor of the relinquishment center, Trevor, is a friendly man who seems to be interested in Joanne. He introduces Owen to Bandit and the two incontinently get along. A while latterly, the family brings Bandit home. Manny arrives at the sanctum and asks to meet Bandit. When he discovers that he has formerly been espoused, he goes through the relinquishment forms and finds out Owen's address. He plans to get his dog back one way or the other. At Owen's house, Joanne and Deb bandy the family's financial issues. Deb wants Joanne to adopt money from her, but Joanne wants to do everything on her own. Bandit hears the word money and is incontinently advised, yet he refuses to come out from under the bed. Owen tries to buy him with toys and treats, but the dog still does not move. He thinks that Bandit does not like him, but his mom asks him to have some tolerance. After the family goes to sleep, Bandit eventually comes out from under the bed and runs outdoors. At the same time, Manny and Willie arrive there looking for him. Manny sneaks inside the house through the precious door while Bandit runs down to a near eatery. The guests suppose he's cute and let him play around, but when they're busy, Bandit steals money from a woman's bag and returns home. On his way, he also steals from a homeless person. Back at the house, the stealers drive down after looking for Bandit far and wide but not chancing him. The following day, Owen takes the dog to a warhorse to make sure he does not have any illness. The doctor checks him and confirms that Bandit is healthier than ever. Everything goes well until after they leave and the doctor notices his portmanteau is missing. That autumn, Owen is playing with his toys in the vicinity when the girl who saved him from the bullies approaches him. She introduces herself as Lily and asks to be his friend. The two converse for a while before she leaves. Latterly, Owen and Bandit are returning from the grocery store when the bullies stop them again. They make fun of Owen and catch his bag of groceries. Bandit sees a $20 bill inside their bag and steals it without anyone noticing. When the bullies hang to throw monuments at them, Owen takes a stage for himself and hits them with tomatoes. Back at home, Joanne is crying because she had miscommunication at her work and got fired on her first day. Auntie Deb and her hubby try to comfort her when Owen arrives at the house. Although Joanne pretends like everything is going great in front of him, Owen understands that his mom is having financial difficulties. Suddenly, Bandit hands him the $20 bill he had stolen from the bullies, before he can figure out where the money came from. Someone rings their doorbell. It's one of the bullies and his mom complaining about someone stealing his lunch money. They also charge Owen of hitting the kiddies. The woman threatens to call beast control and leaves. Owen realizes that his dog was the one who stole the money. The following day, they go to the domain to train. Owen forcefully believes that what Bandit did was wrong and wants him to learn to choose dog treats rather of money. While he's at it, Lily comes to talk to him, along with her dog Lucy. The two decide to go on a date to see the Christmas decorations around city. After spending the entire day together and having a lot of fun, they clench and return home. The following day, Joanne goes to the dog sanctum to meet Trevor. She originally wants to talk about Bandit's relationship with her son, but the direction of the discussion changes when Trevor mentions he wants to date her. Joanne is doubtful because she has no way been with anyone other than her hubby, but she agrees to go out on a date anyway. Nearly differently, Owen is training Bandit in a domain. Bandit notices a van and follows it to the bank. Two bobbies are loading the van with money from the state's storeroom. The dog hides under the vehicle and steals a bag of money when no dollars is looking. While he's running down, one of the bobbies named Albert sees him but does not suppose much of it. Soon, they realize a bag is missing and start searching for it. Meanwhile, Owen finds Bandit under a backcountry with packets of money. Although the sprat knows that talking the money would be a crime, he does so anyway to help his mom. On his way back home, he meets Auntie Deb, who hands him an envelope with a check for $1,000. She asks him to hand it to Joanne as an early Christmas present from her side. Back in the bank, Operative Decker is assigned to find out where the money went. Albert claims that it might have been stolen by a dog. While everyone laughs, the operative believes him since he also worked on the last thievery that Bandit was a part of. On reaching home, Owen gashes the check and keeps a couple $1,000s in the envelope rather. Joanne thinks that her family is trying to help her like always and keeps the money. The following day, Owen decides to return the money without being caught, but after seeing the news about the stolen money on television, he gets spooked and changes his mind. When his mom asks him what's wrong, he makes a reason saying that he has to go out on a date with Lily. After the commerce, he goes to Lily's house and asks her out. Nearly differently, the stealers also see the news and figure out that Bandit has stolen the money. They decide to get it from Owen before he's caught. That way, the blame will fall on the sprat and they will have the money. Owen and Lily go to a delicacy store where he buys her a lollipop. The other kitties compass him, asking him to buy one for them as well. To impress Lily, he agrees to buy them everything they want. The girls who used to ignore him ahead start to flirt with him. Much to Lily's annoyance, he brings the entire group to a toy shop and buys them everything they pick. Lily asks him if he can go, to which he smugly replies that it's his money. Lily is unsettled by his new personality but does not say anything. Outside the toy store, a couple stops to play with Bandit, but he steals the woman's choker and runs down. At the same time, Albert recognizes him and starts chasing the dog. Ultimately, the couple and all the kitties follow before. Bandit manages to wisecrack them and gets down after hiding inside a print's cell. Back home, Joanne and Trevor return from a date and are about to kiss but are intruded by Bandit. Soon, the verity comes out and the family is brought to the police station along with the dog. A bobby interrogates them and asks them if they've the money. While the others deny it, Owen realizes his mistake and hands the bag of money to the officer. He decides to let the family go since they had no part in the thievery. Still, he has to hand Bandit to Beast Control where he will soon be put down. Owen and Bandit partake an emotional farewell before separating. He returns home sad that his stylish friend is about to be killed. Trevor tries to cheer him up, claiming that he can choose any dog from the sanctum. Still, Owen knows that no dollars can replace Bandit. At night, Joanne comes to his room to check on him and finds him asleep. But Owen had only been pretending. He has decided to go to Beast Control headquarters to release his dog. He packs up his bags with clothes and other musts, planning to move to a different state with Bandit. As Owen is about to leave, Lily stops him outside the house. Owen thinks that she's about to tell everyone, but in discrepancy, she wishes him luck and kisses him on the impertinence. Following that, he cycles to the headquarters and fleetly releases Bandit from his pen. But what he does not know is that Manny and Willie are staying for him outdoors, ready to abduct the dog. When Owen tries to scream, they kidnap him and bring him to a storehouse. They had hoped to get the money that Bandit had stolen from the bank and are disappointed after chancing out that Owen returned it. So rather, Manny leaves Willie to look after Owen and goes to rob a bank with Bandit. The coming morning, Joanne goes into Owen's room to wake him up, only to find him missing. In the meantime, Manny poses as Eyeless and enters a bank with Bandit. He uses a guard's gun to hang the cashier and asks for money. Bandit and the cashier go to the vault to fill up the bag. When the dog returns with the money, he and Manny drive down. Back in the storehouse, Owen gets his hands on a gun and threatens Willie to go to the police. Just also, Manny and the dog arrive at the place. On seeing Lily trying to attack Owen, Bandit jumps on him. They struggle and the dog is shot in the process. The Bobbies come to the storehouse at the right time and get the dog to a warhorse. Meanwhile, Manny and Lily drive away while being pursued by a police auto. They're happy that they at least have the money, but soon realize that Bandit wisecracked them, rather of the money. The bag is filled with sticky notes. In the ensuing scene, Owen is in the hospital soliciting that the dog is alive. The doctor comes outside the operating room and gives him the good news. Many days laterly, the city's mayor honors Bandit and Owen for their frippery and helping the police to capture the stealers. They are given $10,000 prize money each. The entire city praises them for their frippery. In the last scene, we see that Bandit and Lily's dog have made several puppies together. Owen and Lily vend the puppies to people in a yard trade. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.